Welcome to our studio tutorials for FRACT. In this video, we are going to take a look at the pattern sequencer. The pattern sequencer is one of your main tools in the studio, and it's where you can compose, arrange, and even perform your own songs. It's a very powerful tool, and we'll do our best to cover everything. Before I dive into the main part of the pattern sequencer, I'll just quickly talk about some of these controls at the top. Perhaps the most important control is right here in the middle, the play/stop button. As you can imagine, it either starts or stops playback of the pattern sequencer. Now over here we have the BPM slider, which adjusts the speed of playback. This control can be a lot of fun to play around with. Look how easily you can change the sound of your song by just adjusting its speed. This is the record button. It'll allow you to record what you compose or play, as you play it, to your hard drive. If you press the record button while the pattern sequencer is playing, it will begin recording immediately. To stop recording, you can press the record button again. Recording will also stop automatically when you stop the pattern sequencer. If you want to record as soon as you start playing, you can do that too. Simply press the record button when the pattern sequencer is not yet playing to arm the recording. As soon as you hit play, it will begin recording immediately. To find out where these files are saved, check in the description below. And finally, over here we have the button that lets us save songs or load songs we've saved already. We'll tell you more about it in another video. Now let's take a look at the main pattern sequencer grid. This is where you'll be making your songs. At the top we have the master scroll bar. The scroll bar lets you scroll through and look at all the bars in your song. It scrolls one bar or pattern at a time, like so. Let's take a closer look at the pattern sequencer grid. Each row represents one instrument. The top is the lead synth, next is the bass synth, and the next one is the pad synth. Here, at the bottom, we have two rows for the beats. When you hit play, playback moves from left to right through each column or bar on the grid. When it gets to the end of the song, it loops back to the beginning. So to arrange a song, you choose what pattern you want for each column or bar, and you do this for each instrument. You choose patterns by click dragging up or down on each block, like this. So, hitting the play button is all well and good when you want to play your whole composition from beginning to end. But sometimes you might want to work on a specific bar or section of your song. And this is where cueing and looping controls come in. As you can see, at the top of each column or bar is a little play button. If you press one of these buttons while the song is playing, at the next bar it'll hop back to this position and play from there. Here's an example. If you press one of these little buttons when the song is not playing, when you do press play, it will start from that position, like this. Sometimes you might want to focus playback on a section of your song, and you can do this with looping. To loop a section of your song, first you drag left to right to define your loop region. That is, the section you want to play over and over again. Here's an example. While it's looping, I can go to the step sequencer and make changes or tweak my synths. This is great for making adjustments to a section without having to play your whole song over and over. If you want to disable the loop, simply click once on any little button and playback will resume normally from there. If you want to isolate a single instrument or synth, you can do this by setting the other instrument patterns all to 0, 0. Another temporary and quick way to do this is by muting the instrument by clicking the button to the left, like this. To unmute, simply click again. So that covers the basics of the pattern sequencer. Be sure to check out the other tutorials for studio tips and just have fun. Thanks from the FRACT team.